Welcome to KR Films Entertainment Channel. Today I am going to explain a 2021 American film called Don't Look Up. A young astronomy PhD student named Kate Dibiaski, working with the Subaru telescope in Michigan, makes a remarkable discovery of a comet passing close to Earth. Her professor, Dr. Randall Mindy, congratulates her and names the comet after her. However, after calculating its trajectory, they realize that the comet will collide with Earth in 6 months, posing a threat of planet-wide extinction due to its huge size. In a state of urgency, they contact NASA to share their findings, and Dr. Teddy Oglethorpe, the head of the Planetary Defense Coordination Office, advises them to come to Washington, D.C. for a meeting with the president. The situation is now deemed classified information. After arriving at the White House early in the morning, Kate and Randall experience a long wait without any communication from the president, who is preoccupied with handling a scandal involving one of her candidates. Frustrated and anxious, they are eventually directed to a hotel for the night, where they seek solace by calling their loved ones. However, they cannot disclose the true reason for their distress. Randall calls his wife June and his sons to check on their well-being, while Kate reaches out to her boyfriend Philip, a journalist for a prominent newspaper. The next day, they finally get the opportunity to meet with President Janie Orlean and the Chief of Staff, Jason Orlean, who coincidentally is the president's son. Despite their urgent warnings, the White House dismisses Kate and Randall's concerns, attributing them to the usual doomsday predictions that surface every month. They request the scientists to wait until the midterms are over before taking any action. Teddy, frustrated by the lack of response, suggests leaking the information to the press as a last resort, even though discussing classified information is illegal. The alternative seems preferable to facing the comet's impact. Meanwhile, Sir Peter Isherwell, the tech billionaire CEO of Bash, learns about the comet from his astronomer connections. At the same time, Philip secures an interview for Kate and Randall with the New York Herald, and the publication agrees to print their story after corroborating the data with other scientists. Before the article goes live, the New York Herald insists that Kate and Randall make an appearance on the morning talk show, The Daily Rip, hosted by Brie Avanti and Jack Bremer. The hosts dismiss their warnings, opting to keep the mood light. Kate's frustration reaches a breaking point, and she expresses her fear and concern on camera before storming off in frustration. Randall remains composed and finishes the interview. Afterward, Brie extends an invitation for drinks, possibly showing some interest in him. The New York Herald's marketing team presents the outcome of their appearance. Unfortunately, the singer who discussed her breakup garnered more attention on social media. Kate's anger outburst during the interview has led to her becoming a meme as the angry lady. And Randall's appearance has garnered admiration for a scientist, but their message has been largely ignored by the public. The newspaper withdraws its support, citing NASA's claim that the data is insufficient. However, they soon discover that the head of NASA, despite lacking an astronomy background, is a donor to the president's campaign and follows her agenda. Adding to their troubles, Philip capitalizes on Kate's viral status, publishing an article about their past relationship, which she accepts as a breakup. Meanwhile, Randall becomes entangled in social media arguments, defending his scientific knowledge and clashing with conspiracy theorists. Amidst a larger scandal involving intimate photos of the president, she calls Kate, Randall, and Teddy to her office, apologizing for neglecting their warnings. Kate quickly discerns that the president's sudden interest in addressing the comet threat is driven by the fear of losing the midterms. Despite the political motivations, Kate agrees to help because stopping the comet remains the top priority. In a national broadcast, the president acknowledges the reality of the comet and reveals their plan to counter it, using a spacecraft armed with nuclear weapons to strike the comet. Randall suggests a remotely guided mission, but Janie opts for General Benedict Drusk as the pilot, believing that a heroic figure will help people come to terms with the news. Janie and Randall seize every opportunity to appear on various TV shows and magazine covers, leveraging the power of the internet to garner the attention the situation deserves. After another appearance on The Daily Rip, Randall and Brie end up having a romantic encounter. Meanwhile, Teddy and Kate engage in a heated argument with comet deniers on a conservative show. The much-anticipated launch day arrives, and the event is broadcast worldwide. The spacecraft successfully takes off, but General Drusk's microphone is promptly muted due to his inappropriate and bigoted remarks on camera. Despite this, everyone is relieved, thinking the comet will soon be gone. However, their celebration is cut short when Isherwell arrives and privately informs the president that the mission has been cancelled. In the aftermath of this shocking revelation, Randall is appointed as the chief science advisor to the White House and is called to an emergency cabinet meeting. Teddy and Kate are left bewildered and unsure of what's happening. The shocking reason behind the mission cancellation emerges. Ishmael, also a major donor to the president, has uncovered that the comet contains trillions of dollars worth of rare earth minerals crucial for technology manufacturing. With China dominating most of the mines, this discovery presents a lucrative opportunity. Ishmael's plan is to launch drones to fragment the comet, causing smaller fragments to fall into the ocean. These fragments can then be mined later for the precious minerals. Randall strongly disagrees with this plan, especially after realizing that the technology Ishmael intends to use has not undergone proper scholarly peer review. Moreover, any scientists who attempt to speak out against it are silenced. Unfortunately, the situation is beyond his control now. After the meeting, Randall confides in Kate and Teddy about Ishmael's true intentions. Some nearby individuals overhear their conversation, and Kate decides that the public deserves to know the truth. She boldly announces for everyone to hear that the president is allowing the comet to hit Earth to further enrich the wealthy. The announcement triggers riots across the city, leading to Kate's arrest by the FBI. She is charged with sharing classified information and causing damage to private property. In exchange for her release, they present her with a deal. Kate must agree not to discuss the subject publicly or with the media and is required to live off the grid. She reluctantly accepts the terms and returns to her hometown in Illinois. However, life in her old hometown proves challenging as her parents refuse to take her back, believing her to be a traitor for opposing the government's actions. In her newfound life as a cashier at the supermarket, Kate befriends Yule and his group of friends. They look up to her and invite her to hang out with them. Upon realizing that Yule and his friends have been stealing from the store, Kate decides not to report them, feeling that it doesn't matter anymore since the world is facing an impending disaster. She becomes drawn to Yule and starts a romantic relationship with him. Meanwhile, Randall continues to work for the president, believing it's his only way to contribute positively to the planet's situation. In the midst of this, he gets involved in an affair with Bree, which complicates matters further. One evening, when they return to their hotel room, they are shocked to find Randall's wife, June, waiting to surprise him. Randall fails to apologize and resorts to making excuses, leading to a heated confrontation with June, who leaves him for good. After clashing with Ishmael over his questionable science and receiving a bleak outlook from algorithms, Randall loses his composure during an appearance on The Daily Rip. He passionately condemns the nation for underestimating the comet threat, dispelling doubts about its reality. Randall exposes Ishmael's suppression of dissenting scientists, accuses the president of deception, and criticizes the entire administration's actions. Subsequently, the FBI apprehends him, offering a similar deal to what Kate received, resulting in Bree ending their relationship. Sometime later, as Randall drives back to Michigan and Kate hangs out with Yule, they both witness the comet becoming visible to the naked eye. Capturing the moment, they record themselves and launch the Look Up movement, encouraging people worldwide to observe the comet. The movement gains momentum, and millions of individuals share their experiences online, making it a global phenomenon. Randall seizes the opportunity to appear on TV again, using his platform to denounce the government's flawed plans and gain support for his cause. Two famous singers even write a special, Just Look Up, song to support the movement. In response, Janie initiates her own counter-movement called Don't Look Up, rallying millions of conservative voters and conspiracy enthusiasts. She manipulates their fears, claiming that Randall is trying to create panic and control their freedom. As riots and protests engulf the streets, Russia, India, and China collaborate to launch their spacecraft to intercept the comet. Unfortunately, their mission fails, resulting in the spacecraft exploding. As the comet draws even closer and the deniers finally come to grips with the truth, Randall takes Kate and Yule grocery shopping before driving them back to his hometown. They spend their last day together as a makeshift family. In this extraordinary situation, June decides to reconcile with Randall, confessing that she too had cheated on him during college. Teddy joins them shortly after, and the group comes together for a final dinner. They share heartwarming anecdotes and send one last prayer to God, united in the face of the impending comet strike. On the night of the launch, while awaiting the mission's commencement, Janie inquires about her predicted death from Ishmael's algorithms. He cryptically replies that she will be killed by a Bronterock, a term whose meaning remains unclear. The spacecraft takes off, encountering some initial losses of the drones. Ishmael, undeterred, assures everyone that there was a margin for error, believing that the situation is under control. Unfortunately, his confidence proves to be severely misplaced, as the remaining drones explode upon making contact with the comet. Realizing the inevitable, Ishmael and Janie abandon the failing mission and join other millionaires on a secret spaceship designed to keep them cryogenically preserved. They plan to escape Earth before the impending catastrophe strikes. In her desperation, Janie reaches out to Randall, offering him and his wife a place on the spaceship. However, he declines the offer, choosing to stay with his family until the very end. As the comet finally collides with Earth, people worldwide hold on to their loved ones, seeking comfort in their final moments. Emerging as the sole survivor from the ruins, Jason exuberantly celebrates his life by taking a selfie amidst the devastation. More than 22,000 years later, the spaceship carrying the millionaires discovers a planet with a comparable atmosphere to Earth's, suitable for habitation. The cryogenically preserved men and women are awakened, eager to explore their potential new home. As they venture into uncharted territory, Janie encounters a beautiful new animal. Unaware of the danger, she attempts to approach it but tragically falls victim to the creature's attack, meeting the same fate foretold by the algorithms, killed by a brontorok. Thank you for watching.